I don't know what to do. Maybe someone here knows. So, I was molested several times throughout early childhood. I remember my dad getting accused of it, but he freaked out and the accusation never went anywhere. I was being given alcohol and possibly drugs to put me to sleep for it. Because I remember the juice and then nothing, and then waking up in so much pain. Sometimes bleeding, sometimes not. I've had my hips be slightly dislocated and pop back in place when I move. Just an overall knowing that something awful happened. When I was 9 years old, I was assaulted by my father, who was very drunk at the time, also known for meth and other drugs, but I don't know about during that night. The way my family has been towards me my whole life, I've never really been believed when I tried to talk about any of this. Which is crazy to me because there was the accusation when I was younger. Still nobody took me to the doctor when I said I was hurt and in pain, and at that time I didn't even know what sex was or how to describe what it has happened. So I went into a disassociation about it, I guess because I put the facts out of my mind and have just been severely depressed and full of rage for the past 20 years. Until it all came flooding back to me in therapy. I have 6 months left on the statute of limitations. I've given as much as I can remember to the police, but I need to force my dad to admit guilt, or there's not really anything they can do because I'm 29 now. I approached him pretty aggressively about it, and all he's done is stonewall me and deny that it ever happened. When I talk to the rest of my family, I find out Terry's horrific rumors being spread about me, and has been for years supposedly. So it's guaranteed no one will believe me. I don't know what to do. So my family is being stalked and killed by a group of pedophiles. I'm a single mom, and well, these guys have been torturing me and my 2 boys, brainwashing my family, and they do this not only to me. Loops and tubes, Google Maps, Rayburn Creek Road, Malvern, Arkansas, look under the bridge. Now that I got some of the crazy out, let me further explain. A man named Jacob Bird, whom I met through a mutual friend, gave me a ride home one day from said mutual friend's home, and then this guy started showing up regularly and trying to get in close with me and my kids. Me being a serious antisocial and not one for people trying to be friendly with my children, I ignored him, and he would just show up unannounced often. One thing lead to another, and it's now 2 years down the road. They have an insane way of trying to groom my children and separate my family, closing me off from everyone on the outside, and apparently using old phones to listen in on everything. They use some kind of gas to make everyone pass out at night. I have set up secret cameras and have seen these guys raping my kids and me, just to have it suddenly disappear off my phone when the police arrive. So my boyfriend's stepdad, 41 meters, started making moves on me, 17F, about a year ago. I was 16. I didn't think much of it at first because I saw him as a dad/parental figure since my dad passed away when I was 12. Anyways, it started with him calling me beautiful and kissy emojis, and I just didn't think much of it. Until one night my boyfriend, 17 meters, was grounded, and his stepdad was supposedly drunk and started messaging me at 1 a.m. talking about his sex life with his wife, and I didn't say much. I was just like okay as a reply. And he asked if I wanted to see his dick, to which I obviously said no. I told my boyfriend the following Monday at school, and he was obviously upset, and I felt like it was my fault. I would have gone directly to his wife, but she doesn't work and the stepdad is the obvious caretaker. A few months pass. His stepdad had regained my trust and we started talking again. He walked in on me changing and called it a sight for sore eyes act. Last month he started texting me asking me if I wanted tickets to the Come Show and sent me weird texts, so I told my boyfriend, and once again not much can be done. I just don't know what to do. This man makes moves on me and my friends and it's really uncomfortable. The pedos who texted me. So I was on Snapchat and my friend texted me. This guy sent me a friend request. I accepted. Dumb mistake. He sent me, 14F, a picture of his penis, and when I asked him to stop, he wouldn't and called me baby. I tried to get him to stop, but pedophiles can't be stopped, so there was no use to trying. Fuck pedos. One of the other pedophiles, named Logan, I thought he was a normal guy until we got on FaceTime and he asked me to rate his jerking. He is 23, I was 13 at the time. It made me uncomfortable. Pedos fucking suck. Exposing someone. Hello, I'm here to expose someone for legal reasons. I cannot say his name, so his name for this post will be Sam, and I cannot state any information about me because that will ruin the point of this account. So it starts with Sam telling me his actual name, and his agent claims that he is a minor to continue after me, and Sam continue to get to know each other. He tells me how he has in favor to ask me, and it's with his friend. Apparently they blocked him and ignored him, and Sam wanted me to send them a photo of him with apology, and I didn't think hard about because he told me they were the same age and that he loved them. But later on, when our friendship grows closer, he reveals he is actually an adult. Not to mention this was a problem because he had a crush on not one minor but actually 3 in total. Also, I would have left this friendship way earlier, but if I had, he would probably make it seem like I was the bad person, especially since the person he has me send the apology to didn't know his age, and he had also lied to them about being a minor and they didn't find out until now. Next is for one of Sam's exes. One of his exes was teen, either a freshman in or a sophomore in high school. Then for the third person, you have my current friend. He confessed about having a crush on them even though they were a minor, and it got creepier when he mentioned about dating them, and even though they said they rather not, he kept talking about how he loved them, and if they were lonely he could come over to their house and cuddle, which made them even more uncomfortable than before and was creepy. And if some of y'all probably thinking, yes, he is a Twitch streamer, and yes, he also uses Discord. Yes, I do have proof for this, and my friend has mentioned about turning this into the police. Pedophiles. A lot of you are gonna hate this post, but you know what I think. I think a pedophile is just a person whose brain hasn't reached a proper maturity level at a later stage in life in some or many areas. So they are psychologically fucked and probably emotionally fucked too. I believe this could be a big misunderstanding in the world. We shouldn't be demonizing them unless they are actually acting on their impulses, which they should better understand and be taught how this can emotionally or psychologically hurt someone else, the victim. We should be trying to have better support systems for these people who are also born a person like you or me, but are trapped in a certain way, so to speak, and obviously can't talk about it because they will be treated like a monster. But they are still human. You know, it's true that most of them are not offenders, just are quiet about it. Just to be clear, they shouldn't be allowed anywhere near children, but if there were support systems, then we could actually track them and help them. Set rules in place instead of dealing with a society where they remain hidden, which is surely worse for everyone. It gets cringy, but one love. One heart. Resolve bad intentions, become whole. I totally agree with this. People have this kind of view that immediately pedophiles should die, or kill themselves or whatever, but there are a lot of pedophiles out there who feel like they could never hurt a child, or they care a whole lot about getting better. The only thing that a pedophile can do that should automatically get them in a lot of trouble is molest a child, but they shouldn't and can't or won't get in any trouble just for having sexual feelings for children. Right, because currently there is zero support system, which is a bit extreme. Let me be clear, I don't think it's good to just accept them for who they and leave it at that. They definitely need some serious help, but we shouldn't demonize and ostracize people who are mentally fucked. That seems a bit extreme to me. It's literally just a maturity thing in my opinion, and if your brain hasn't reached that yet in certain areas, then you are stuck being attracted to people at that same current maturity level. It happened to me for a few years. It's dumb, but I believe it's true and simple and shows the real problem.